Elsie and Jasper's Forest Adventure. Jasper, a curious 9-year-old boy, sat in the back seat with his younger sister Elsie, who was 7. They both wore matching green jackets and had their backpacks stuffed with books, snacks, and adventure maps. "Are we there yet?" Elsie asked for the 3rd time. "Almost," said Dad from the front. "Just a few more turns." Trees lined both sides of the narrow road. Birds flew overhead and sunlight peeked through the tall branches. "Look! A deer!" Jasper pointed out the window. Elsie gasped. "It's beautiful." The car turned into a gravel driveway that ended at a small wooden cabin with smoke rising from the chimney. "Here we are," Mom said, smiling. "Our weekend in the forest begins." The cabin was cozy and smelled like pine. There were bunk beds, a fireplace, and shelves full of old board games and books. Jasper climbed to the top bunk and declared, "This is my spot." Elsie twirled around in the middle of the room. "It's like a fairy tale." Outside the windows, squirrels darted across the deck. A woodpecker tapped on a tree nearby. "Let's explore the forest after lunch," Dad said. "But remember the rules. Stay close and never go beyond the marked trail." After peanut butter sandwiches and apple slices, the family set off on a trail behind the cabin. Elsie carried a small notebook to draw in, while Jasper used binoculars. They passed wildflowers, tall ferns, and mushrooms shaped like umbrellas. A creek flowed gently beside the path, its water sparkling like glass. Elsie picked up a leaf shaped like a star. "I'm going to press this in my notebook." Jasper spotted a red fox in the distance. "Look! It's watching us." "Don't worry," said Dad. "It's just curious. Let's keep moving." Suddenly, Jasper stopped. "What's that up there?" High in the trees stood a small, weathered treehouse. A wooden ladder hung from one side. "Can we go up?" he asked. Mom hesitated. "Let's take a look, but be careful." Jasper climbed up first, followed by Elsie. Inside the treehouse were cobwebs, a few forgotten toys, and a dusty tin box filled with old drawings. "Maybe other kids stayed here a long time ago," Elsie whispered. They waved down at their parents, laughing. "This is our secret hideout now," Jasper declared. That evening, the family sat around a small campfire near the cabin. Fireflies blinked in the dark, and the trees made soft, whispering sounds. Dad roasted marshmallows, and Mom told a story about a raccoon who outsmarted a bear. Jasper poked the fire with a stick. "I wish we could stay here forever." Elsie yawned. "Can we sleep outside in sleeping bags?" "Maybe tomorrow night," said Mom. "Tonight, let's rest inside." As they walked back to the cabin, the stars lit the sky like glitter on velvet. The next morning was warm and bright. The kids went outside early while their parents made breakfast. "Let's go draw the creek," Elsie suggested. They followed the trail, farther than the day before. Birds chirped in the trees, and the air smelled like wildflowers. Suddenly, Elsie froze. "Jasper, look!" A tiny baby deer, a fawn, stood near the edge of the trees. Its legs were wobbly, and white spots dotted its back. "Oh, wow," Jasper whispered. "It's so close." "I want to see it better," Elsie said softly. "Wait," Jasper warned. "We're not supposed to leave the trail." But Elsie had already taken a few quiet steps into the trees. The fawn bounded away through the underbrush, and Elsie chased after it, laughing. But in seconds, the trees grew thick. She looked around, and the fawn was gone. "So quiet," she whispered. She turned in a circle. No creek, no trail, no Jasper. "Jasper?" she called. Nothing. Her heart thumped. "Mom? Dad?" She walked in one direction, then another. Everything looked the same. "I didn't mean to go far," she said, hugging her sketchbook tight. Tears welled in her eyes. "I just wanted to draw the deer." Meanwhile, Jasper had run back to the cabin. "Elsie's gone!" he shouted. "She followed a baby deer!" Dad grabbed a whistle and a flashlight. Mom packed water and granola bars. Together, they rushed down the trail, calling Elsie's name again and again. "Don't panic," Dad said. "She couldn't have gone far." Jasper clenched his fists. "I should have stopped her." Mom put a hand on his shoulder. "She'll be okay. Let's find her." They split up, whistling, listening, scanning the woods. Elsie sat on a mossy rock, trying not to cry. She had drawn the fawn from memory in her notebook, but the page was wet from her tears. Just then, a soft whistle echoed through the forest. "Jasper?" she shouted. "Elsie!" came a voice, closer now. She jumped to her feet and waved both arms. A moment later, Jasper and Dad came running through the trees. "You found me!" she cried. Jasper hugged her tight. "Don't ever scare me like that again." "I'm so sorry," she said. "I didn't listen." Dad knelt beside them. "You're safe now. That's what matters." Back at the cabin, Elsie curled up under a blanket while Mom brought her warm tea. "I followed the deer without thinking," she said. "I just wanted to see it up close." Mom nodded. "It's okay to be curious, but the forest can be confusing. Even grown-ups can get lost." Jasper sat beside her. "Next time, we explore together." Elsie reached into her sketchbook. "I drew the fawn," she said quietly, "to remind me." "Let's keep it," Dad said, "as a reminder of adventure and safety." The next morning, the forest felt calm and fresh. Sunlight danced through the leaves and birds chirped happily. They stayed close to the cabin, playing card games, watching butterflies, and making pinecone art. Jasper helped Elsie build a fairy house under a tree. They laughed, whispered ideas, and shared snacks in the shade. In the afternoon, a rainbow appeared above the trees. "That's our lucky rainbow," Elsie whispered. "Because we're all together," Jasper said. On Sunday afternoon, they packed up their bags. Elsie slipped the drawing of the fawn into her backpack. "I want to show this to Grandma." Jasper looked toward the forest. "I hope we can come back soon." "You will," said Dad. "Next time, you'll be true forest experts." They waved goodbye to the cabin and drove down the gravel road, hearts full of memories. And Jasper added, "Next time, we all stay on the trail." Elsie smiled. Together.